Well, today we're continuing our tours of the various villages of Lanzarote, and I am in Masdache. And I have to be honest and say, I've driven through here tens of thousands of times, but I've never really had a good wander around to see what's in it. Obviously this is the wine region of Lanzarote, and you can see that there was a lot of lava flow here from Timman Fire, which is in the background there.
Short stints.
What's that?
Short stints.
Yeah, short stints, exactly right.
And if you look down that way where the cyclists are going now, there is Bodega El Grifo, which is the oldest winery in Lanzarote. And actually the 10th oldest in Spain. While I'm at this bit before we go into the village, I just want to show you these lights, because lots of people, these traffic lights, because lots of people ask me about them. The limit through here is 50 kilometers an hour. And if you're speeding at the first set of lights, which will be flashing amber, so if you're doing over 50 kilometers an hour, these ones will go red and force you to stop. So the secret with them is to drop your speed to 49 or lower, and they'll go green before you get to them, so that you can just drive straight through them without having to come to a complete stop. So we'll walk a little way down this road, and I've already spotted some really interesting and nice looking houses like that one on the right, and I'm sure we'll see more. A little doer-upper on the left there for someone. I don't know if you can read it on camera, but it says Se Vende, and there's a phone number there. And it's actually built on the lava, which is pretty interesting. It's a super hot day today, July. It's fairly early in the morning. It's still only 10 o'clock, but it's over 30 degrees. Now it's actually fiesta time in the village, hence the generator there and the big tent, which the generator presumably will be powering electrical equipment and all kinds of stuff for the celebrations. But this car park here is part of the Teleclub, or Sociedad of Masdache, which is one of the excellent ones. Well worth a stop when you're traversing through this region. You can see the car park's closed for the fiestas from 7 p.m. on the 11th to 10 p.m. on the 22nd of July. It's a lovely place on the right. Well, my confession to you has to be that I honestly don't know if there is anything else in Masdache apart from the Sociedad. So it could be unless you want to look at houses, which I will do, because I like doing that, it could be a boring video for you. We'll see what comes out of it. So let's talk about these grapes, and this all happened after the big Timman Fire eruptions. So you can see the line of volcanoes there that make up Fire Mountains, Timman Fire, and they erupted constantly from 1730 until 1736. And what they did was dump tons and tons of this black volcanic ash, which we call pecan, onto the soil. So in order to be able to grow grapes here, the first thing they had to do was dig down through the pecan so that they could get the vines, roots, actually into the soil rather than into the volcanic dust. And then they built walls to protect them from the wind. And you can see how healthy these vines look. Many of them in this area have been growing for over 100 years. But the result of all of that is that the cultivation is so labour intensive, because obviously you can't get any machinery into these areas because of the holes, hoyos or zocos as they're called, with the walls. So everything is done by hand, individuals with baskets collecting the grapes. In the past they would have been taken by camel to the wineries in this area. Then in later years they were taken by little air-cooled Volkswagen vans. And these days they're taken in probably Toyota pickups are the most common thing you see. I mean, look how deep that hole is, so they had to dig that right out in order to get down to the roots when they planted these, I don't know, 50, 100 years ago. But this is quite a fertile part of the island, as you can see from the terraces going up from the hill there that are growing all kinds of stuff. You just can't get tired of that view of Timanfaya, can you? Imagine waking up looking at that every morning from one of these houses. You can see the house there has got a wine press sticking out of it. They were commonly built like that, so the grapes would come in from the field here and go straight into that little winery. People often ask me why the stones are exposed on the walls. It's in order to allow the property to breathe, so the whole thing isn't rendered over, which traps moisture inside, and the stones actually allow the building to breathe and maintain a sensible level of humidity. That's a seriously impressive Zocco. Look how deep that goes. And look how happy the vine looks in it. I walked to the far end of the village now because there are a couple of interesting places to show you. The first is Malpais Masdache, which is a craft brewery company. And it's right next door to Bodegas Barreto, which obviously is a wine brewing company. This is quite a good place to stop because you can check out the beers, you can check out some of the local wines. They have a decent car park. And they even have a souvenir shop. Sign there says Vinos El Campesino, so country wines. Quite a cool BMW Dakar motorbike there. And we're going to walk down to wrap this video up by showing you Lanzarote's oldest winery from the outside, Bodega El Grifo. So El Grifo is 250 years old. It was founded in 1775. So only a few decades after the Timanfaya eruptions. Their logo is this iconic griffin, which was actually designed by Cesar Manrique. Manrique was a big friend of the owners of El Grifo. He used to regularly come here and buy his favourite wine, which was semi-dulce wine. Now today is the 17th of July, and you can see all those yellow boxes there. They are used to collect the grapes from the fields, so they'll be going out very shortly. We have the earliest harvest in the Northern Hemisphere. Those boxes will be going out to the fields. People will be picking the grapes, loading them up into various different wagons that will bring them back here so that they can be processed into wine. Now, El Grifo are well worth a visit, not just to taste the wines, but also because they have a fabulous wine museum in the original winery, which Manrique persuaded them to retain when they were doing a refurbishment in the 1980s. And they've kept a lot of the old winemaking equipment that was used. And obviously you get to taste some great wines while you're here as well. But you can see there are hectares and hectares of vines all around here that will be brought in over the next few weeks to produce wine. We're expecting an average sized harvest this year, but a good quality. And we should get 1.5 to 2 million bottles of wine from the island's wineries as a whole. So there you go, short and sweet one, but there wasn't that much to see in Masdache, to be honest, so I've given you what I found. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, click the like button. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so. Catch up with you soon for another video. Bye for now from a very hot Lanzarote.